Okay, so we have Lesley here who's been super nice to do a video with me. She's been coaching with Laura for the past like 16 weeks, and now she's graduated onwards. So you can just start by giving a sentence or two about yourself for those watching.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Lesley. I live in Leeds and I'm married and I work full time. I'm a manager of a team of pricing managers, so well, quite a responsible job really. I work in a big FTSE 100 company in the corporate contract sector, and I've got ultimate sign off for all our P&Ls and pricing. So it's a pretty full-on job, and yeah, it takes up a lot of time.
Cool, good intro. I want you to start off just kind of going through what you were doing before you started the coaching, what you were struggling with, and what impact that was having on you at the time.
So I think I was just chasing my tail really. I never really struggled with weight. I don't think I had a problem with being overweight, although I thought I wanted to lose a few extra pounds. I was always trying to get a few extra pounds. I've always been quite an active person, so I've always been kind of running, hiking, swimming. My spare time has always been around activity and exercise, and I just wasn't in a great place really in terms of my mental health and how I felt about my body. And as I said, I just kept chasing my tail. I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted from my kind of exercise regime, if you like. So yeah, I was stuck in a bit of a rut, to be fair.
And say with kind of like even just body confidence, and elaborating a little bit more on where your kind of mindset was with you in this hamster wheel idea.
Yeah, so well, just before I joined the program, I had just gone back to work after taking 3 months out. I'd taken 3 months off sick. I'd had anxiety, pretty bad anxiety, for about 3 months. I've never suffered with it before. So I think really what happened was a series of life events over a relatively short period of time was just too much for me. And to be honest, I just had a complete breakdown. So I was coming out of that phase when I learned about the program, and as I said, just gone back to work after a couple of weeks. So I was still quite delicate, but definitely emerging from that phase. And just to kind of frame kind of how bad I was, I remember sitting staring out the window, which is what I pretty much did day in, day out when I was ill, just looking at people going about their day-to-day business, the neighbours and the postman, and just not being able to fathom how they could do that, how they could get out and engage with people. And I just thought, I'm never ever going to be able to do that. So I wasn't in a great place mentally, and then physically. I guess I didn't see the link between my mental health and how I felt physically. And I remember having a call with Ashley about it from the outset. And I think we had a difference of opinion there and agreed to put that to one side. My body confidence was okay when I had my clothes on. I'm not overweight, so as long as I was kind of dressed and I felt fine. But looking at myself undressed, there was so much I wasn't happy with. And I think because I'm the age I am, I just thought I'm almost 50, and I think I kind of convinced myself I have to expect that your body's just going to deteriorate when you get to that age, and maybe I just need to accept that my body doesn't look as good as someone who's maybe 20 years younger, and it's never going to. So I was kind of on that verge of just real acceptance and just not letting it go, but just letting it be, really. But I wasn't happy with that decision.
Cool. And so you were kind of, because as your goals are a lot different to, I guess, the majority that come on, and fat loss goals, yours obviously was building muscle tissue. So when you came on board, and then obviously calories are coming up, strength is coming up, what has changed? And even mentioned about the mindset side of things, what's changed for you since you've come on board? You've done 16 weeks now, you're going on for another 16. So give us an idea of what's changed for you.
So much changed me. My lifestyle's completely changed. I wake up in the morning really early and I'm happy every day. I eat so much more than I used to, because I was eating around about 900 calories a day, and kind of when I was eating my maximum, I was on like 2,500 a day, and that was a struggle for me to start with, you know, because I just couldn't fathom, how can I eat all this food and not be the size of a house? It just didn't, you know, register. And yeah, I love it now. I really enjoy my food. I'm happy every day. I've got a really good morning routine. Mentally, I'm in kind of the best place I've been in years. And one of the first things I noticed when I was reflecting after a couple of weeks of being on the programme was just, I actually feel happy, genuinely happy for the first time. I can't remember feeling that way. And I guess just to give some context to where I was and where I am now, I was working in a job that was well below my skill and capability set, but I just didn't have the confidence to step out of that and go for another job. And that really saddened me, because I was watching people who used to work for me, they were being promoted, and I just thought, I know I can do better, but I just don't have the self-belief to do that. And then about 2 or 3 weeks into the programme, I applied for a new job, and yeah, I got it. I got a promotion. So the difference between where I was then and where I am now is absolutely vast, absolutely huge. It's a complete turnaround.
And how did you find, just like in general, like how did you find the whole like increasing your calories, still like, or going into the waist area, seeing your lips increase? Like how did you find that just in general, seeing as things were different for you, you were adding muscle tissue, calories are going up? What kind of change, now that you're on the right, I suppose, roadmap, a path to get into close to the physique you wanted to? Because obviously you're doing 900 calories before, it was restrictive, then that completely switched. What was that like for you?
So difficult. I mean, I was eating and I just thought, I can't eat anymore. I just can't eat this amount of food. And I really did struggle with it. And I just thought, you know what, these guys know, they tell me they know what they're doing. I've just got to trust this process. And you've really got to keep faith with this, and you've got to believe what the programme says it does, that it says it does. And it's hard trusting it. You've got to have some courage to do that, but you've got to put everything into it, and you've just got to put literally your life in someone else's hands to a degree. Yes, you're still accountable for everything you do, but you've really got to trust the process, because it was so difficult to get from what I was eating to what I needed to start eating. But really, once I'd got over that barrier, then just continuing to improve and increase the calories, it wasn't that difficult. It was just that initial step.
Brilliant. And say like someone like who's maybe on the fence, who's maybe kind of unsure of what route they should be going down, maybe they're struggling like after the mindset side of things, can't pull themselves together, or don't feel like they're able or capable of doing like X, Y, and Z, or see the way you mentioned that you kind of were nearly accepting that on this age I may as well just kind of, I suppose, leave it at that. What would you say to someone on the fence thinking the same stuff and worrying about the same things you were worrying about?
I would say there's a reason you're sitting on the fence. There's a reason. There's something that you're not happy with. Something's not working out for you, and chances are you're probably not going to fix it yourself. So have a look in the mirror and ask yourself, honestly, what's stopping you doing it? And just do it. You won't regret it, absolutely. Yes, there's an investment, both financially in terms of time, and you're going to have to face up to some pretty tough questions and be really honest with yourself. But I would just absolutely just go for it, because you've got nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for doing the video.